architecture to furniture design. That's part of the journey of Jed Yabut, one of Manila FAME's featured exhibitors. He built architectural and luxury projects in Singapore and Japan, and today rattan has become his signature material. His philosophy celebrates natural textures, the beauty of imperfections, and what he calls beautiful chaos. Hi, Jed. Why beautiful chaos?
Beautiful chaos. This has been our mantra for what we do as a design philosophy. And that's precisely because we wanted to celebrate the imperfections. We wanted to celebrate the damages of a natural material and turn it into something beautiful. That's what we wanted to do. So we want to capture the raw naturalness of the materials that we use and then turn them into something beautiful in terms of its form and in terms of the finishing of the piece.
What are you most excited about for this year's Manila FAME?
I'm just excited because I've been hearing a lot of good things about how this year's organization is. I've heard since June palang, the entire bookings for all the slots have been booked up. This means there's a huge turnout for exhibitors, for buyers from also, I've been hearing a lot of buyers from abroad who's coming in for the first time to Manila FAME. And so I'm really excited about that. And as for us, as an exhibitor, we're also very excited to showcase what we have as new pieces for our collection. We are showing new smaller pieces. We are showing mga ang aming parol collection, which is something very interesting to watch out for. It's not the usual parol that we know of, but we are showcasing a series of parols in this collection. Small products kami this time around, small items. We also showcase mga wall arts, mirrors. So we are showing something just beyond the furniture pieces that we usually show.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you what can we expect from your booth or your collection this year, but you're still doing those huge pieces, right? That you're pretty much known for.
So we still do the usual chandeliers, which this year has been very amazing for us. For some reason, we have been blessed with so many commissioned pieces for chandeliers. We have worked with restaurants, with hotels, with function halls, and quite recently we have done Philippine Embassy in Singapore. So we're doing one huge chandelier for the Rizal Ballroom for that, and also a huge, beautiful sculpture piece made out of metal. So and then we are just not showcasing the usual natural materials that we have been used to working with, but this time around we're also delving into many different mediums of materiality. And this showcase of this year's Manila FAME, we are going to showcase some of those things that we have been experimenting with for this year.
What is it about seeing your work when it's outside the Philippines, especially, that makes it most fulfilling for you?
It's really about when people from different countries see what Filipino designers can actually do and can actually work with in terms of the materials and in terms of the craftsmanship. That's really something nice to see and to hear what they think of Filipino designers. And also just being able to be represented in a different land apart from the Philippines, it's very fulfilling. Especially for me, kasi I have been working abroad, and now that I am somehow based in New York also, it's also very interesting to see how different people perceive the aesthetics of the Philippines and how we can work our aesthetics into a specific locality. So that's also one of the challenges of a designer, diba? Na parang, how do you make sure that your Filipino still is burning and still alive in a different setting?
What do you usually get from them, from foreigners who probably, I don't know, are learning about our culture or what we can do? What are the usual comments or the comments that have stuck to you?
Our aesthetics, our materials, the color that we usually use are not the same color palette that they use for example, in the Northern Hemisphere. No, for us, kasi we're mostly into earth tones, into browns, into beige, into grays, like that. But sila kasi a lot of pop of colors. Kung meron man tayong pop of colors, we're only using a lot of like yung mga red, and our tones of the red is different from the tones of red that they usually love. How do we mix and match those two aesthetics, like the Filipino and the, for example, in New York, mas funky sila doon, mas grungy,
Oo.
if you really want to go into that market, how do you assimilate to their aesthetics and to their look? So that's something that you as a designer should also be very conscious about.
If I am to ask you just one specific projects that makes you the most proud, what would it be?
As an architect or as a
Oo nga eh.
designer?
Siguro sa designer.
I would say the pieces that really stuck with the Filipino audience, like for example, the Pabo chair, which is a modern contemporary take of the peacock chair. It's one of the chairs that have been really well loved in recent years. We've used that for the very famous teleserye with Tessie Tomas on Dirty Linen. It's a beautiful modern take of the iconic peacock chair, which was also a Filipino-made design. And also our beautiful Bulalakaw chandelier that's ang dami na benta nun. So I think those pieces that really stuck with the Filipino people, that's really something that we are, as a design practice, are really, really, really proud of.
Finally, do you have a message for our kababayan, specifically here in Canada? Even if they're not buyers or business owners, works like yours connect them to their roots when they see them, and it makes us proud to be Pinoy.
If there's one opportunity that you could bring homes to your houses there in Canada, if you can, like a piece of furniture, or now that's going to be Christmas, and I think this is exactly why we did a Parol collection. It's because we want people from all over the world to be able to bring at least a small piece of furniture or home decor to where you live all around the world, to still have that sense of Filipino-ness in you, and never ever forget your roots, and just those little things lang talaga to really remind you of home. The nostalgia, it would really speaks volume of your place if you have that particular piece with you, when your friends from your places there can see ano ba tong interesting piece na to in your house. Just really to take a piece of you and really support Filipino products, Filipino fashion, Filipino home goods when you come back to the Philippines, and always make sure to bring them back with you to Canada.
Right, that's a beautiful message, and I'm looking forward to seeing your parol. And I'm already making space
Yes.
for my luggage para maibalik yan dito.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.